Hey, what up, Dodgers Nation? D-Mac here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. We've got a trade to break down. The Dodgers trade for Miguel Rojas. LA sends Jacob Amaya to the Marlins for Miguel Rojas. We have everything you need to know. But first, if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel for all latest Dodgers news and rumors all season long. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And if you really want to support the channel, you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day: what is your reaction to the Dodgers trading for Miguel Rojas? Do you want to see him as the starting shortstop? Do you like him as a depth piece? Grade the trade down below, A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So fire up that trading siren because the Dodgers have made a trade. The Dodgers trade Jacob Amaya to the Miami Marlins in exchange for old friend Miguel Rojas. The Dodgers tweet out, "Welcome back at Miguel Rojas official." And he quote tweeted and tweeted, "2014 feels like it was yesterday. Excited and happy to be back." A couple salute emojis. So the Dodgers bring Miguel Rojas back to LA, and we're going to break down the pros and cons. We're going to tell you the role he's going to have for the Dodgers, what this means for the shortstop position and Gavin Lux. But the first thing I want to say is the guy that should be picking him up at the airport is Clayton Kershaw, because Miguel Rojas' fantastic play, making that throw from the grass. It was an incredible scoop by Agon there. That kept Kershaw's no-no intact back in 2014. So he already has a part in Dodgers lore forever. So everyone always talks about Hanley on 6, Ramirez's bad throw there in the 7th inning on the Dickerson ground ball. Yes, that spoiled the no-hitter, the perfect game, but Miguel Rojas almost made up for it. Sometimes when you throw a no-hitter, a perfect game, you get the plays that should be hits, and sometimes you have what Hanley did. So I definitely still lose sleep about that. So Kersh, at the very least, pay for his Uber or something like that if you're in Texas. But I digress. And hey, maybe Miguel Rojas is Clayton Kershaw's good luck charm. Maybe Kersh throws another no-no with him playing behind him this season. But let's break down this trade, and we're going to start by looking at Miguel Rojas as a player. What does he bring? What are the pros and cons? Well, let's start with a con, and the con is that offensively, he hasn't been able to be a consistent big league hitter throughout his career. Last year, he struggled at the plate. He ends up slashing .236, .283, .323 with a 73 WRC+. So that means his bat was 27% below league average, and among qualified shortstops, that was dead last. If you look at his power numbers, doesn't bring much power. He's hit 39 home runs across 9 seasons, so that's another con. If you look at his projections next season per Fangraphs, he's projected to slash .256, .306, .372 with a 93 WRC+. He had been dealing with some injuries, so hopefully he'll be able to improve at the plate. He had a really good year in 2020, did play just 40 games, so he has flashed some potential at the plate throughout his career, but you don't trade for Miguel Rojas for his offense. You trade for Rojas for his defense. And defensively, he's been one of the better shortstops in the game for quite some time now. And he's no spring chicken. He'll turn 34 this season. And if you look at his defensive metrics last year, that's absolutely his biggest pro. He was a finalist for the Gold Glove Award in 2022. He ranked second behind Jeremy Pena with 15 defensive runs saved. He was 10 outs above average, which was tied for 5th. His 4.9 UZR score was 4th best. Now, he's played mostly shortstop throughout his career, but he does have experience playing a multitude of different positions on the infield. You've seen him at third, you've seen him at second, you've seen him at first, and his role with the Dodgers, he's going to be playing some second. He is going to be playing some third. You could see him compete with Gavin Lux at that shortstop position, but the plan right now is to have him make some spot starts and also have him provide a contingency plan, a little insurance if Gavin Lux can't handle the position at short. And with that proven veteran in Miguel Rojas, it really does give the Dodgers a nice fallback plan in the event that Gavin Lux can't get it done. Look, you need some insurance. That is the name of the game. And the Dodgers, they understand that depth at the margins goes a long way, especially for contending teams. And you also consider the intangibles that he brings. He has a great reputation as a clubhouse leader. He's a guy guy that could provide bench depth that this team definitely needs. And yes, I've seen out there people saying, oh, is this the Hanser Alberto of this year? Well, one, he is superior to Hanser Alberto defensively, and two, offensively, there are some similarities because another pro for him is he doesn't strike out much. He struck out at a 12% clip last season. He's at 12.6% for his career. That's almost 10% below league average. So last year, league average was 22.4%. So he does have the ability to get his bat on the ball. He doesn't strike out much, and it definitely does upgrade the bench depth with a proven veteran. Now, we'll talk a little bit about Jacob Amaya. Now, Jacob Amaya has flashed that defensive stardom throughout his minor league career. There's really no doubt that he can get it done with the glove at the next level, but can you sit out there and tell me, hey, I guarantee Jacob Amaya would put up the same defensive metrics as Miguel Rojas, a guy that is a proven commodity with the glove at the big league level. He is still an unknown in Jacob Amaya at this stage of his career, and you're talking about a guy that has been a below average bat at the minor league level, and he struggled mightily when he was brought up to AAA. He did start to figure things out at the end, but I think if you're the Dodgers, you're not going to experiment with Jacob Amaya in a win-now team like the Dodgers. Do you really want the Freddie Freemans and the Mookies and some of these veterans on this team? You have JD Martinez on a one-year contract. You have Clayton Kershaw in what could possibly be his last year. You have Julio Urias in what could possibly be his last year. You have all these veterans, and yes, you definitely want to usher in that youth movement, and we will see Miguel Vargas have a big role on this team in some capacity. You're going to see Gavin Lux no doubtably have a big role on this team, but you can't have too much youth across the board where these guys are kind of babysitting some of these players and just banking on the fact that they're going to contribute. No, Miguel Rojas is a guy that you can trust to play that shortstop position at an above average level, at a top 5 to 10 level, no matter which metric you're looking at. You look at his strong arm, you see the range he has, you can trust him at that position. And next year, you have to remember, you have the restriction on the shift. So in years past, we know this Dodgers team, when it comes to the way they use position cards, the way they use analytics, they can put their guys in the best position to get outs, but some of that luxury is going to be gone next season because of the restriction on the shift. So you definitely need some athleticism. You need guys you can trust at those positions. And let's be honest, Trey Turner, he's a fantastic offensive player. There's no question about it. One of the best in the game. He is absolutely elite, but he definitely left a lot to be desired defensively. I mean, Trey Turner pretty much single-handedly cost the Dodgers a game there in Game 2 of the NLDS with that costly error. So like I said earlier, the main reason for this move is Rojas fortifies that infield defense. He bolsters their depth. And also, if you do feel more comfortable with having Gavin Lux at second base, then you can have him at second base. And Gavin Lux, a guy that has that athleticism. He has the ability to show that range to get it done at second, because just like the shortstop position where you need a more trusted defender that has a little more of a dynamic feel to him, Gavin Lux also brings that from the second base position. And we know that Gavin Lux came up as his shortstop. He played 56 games there in 2021 for the Dodgers after Corey Seager went out with that injury, but he's played a lot of second in the last few seasons, and if you allow him to stay at a position where he is comfortable, you can have him continue to develop at the plate and really focus on his hitting, because that is what's going to take him to the next level. Can Gavin Lux continue to improve on those power numbers and really continue to trend in the right direction at the plate? Because we know the bat speed, the swing is there. It's just the ability to hit righties and lefties, just continue to improve as a whole with the stick. Now, if you have Gavin Lux at second, he's not worrying about filling those big shoes at shortstop. That's another benefit of having Miguel Rojas. Now, I'm not saying that Miguel Rojas is this fantastic player or anything like that, a guy that's going to change the game, but when you consider that's a one-for-one trade for a Jacob Amaya, who I'm telling you, the Dodgers weren't very high on Jacob Amaya. That's the reality. They never truly believed that he's going to have the ability to hit big league pitching, and I think it's a great opportunity for Amaya in Miami. Has a couple option years left. I think he is going to get the opportunity to try to get a job on the big league level for Miami. I think it's a great situation for him because you don't have as much pressure, and he is a local kid, and everyone wanted him to somehow be a star for the Dodgers, and he was popular for a reason, but I think this is a great opportunity for Amaya in Miami, and I think Miguel Rojas, he kind of fits into what the Dodgers are doing, because I think what a lot of Dodger fans are losing sight of is that, yes, the Dodgers do feel like they have some young impact players in their system, guys they want to bring along this year, but also they're not going to do it without some insurance, without a contingency plan. Look, the Dodgers, they identify their needs on the margins better than any team out there in Major League Baseball, and they're not just going to throw these guys out there without a legitimate plan B. Look, the Dodgers are those guys that when they're buying car insurance, they get the ultra premium package with the low deductibles. They're not going to get just liability insurance, and that's what the Dodgers would be having right now, just liability insurance. No, they have the good stuff, that high price, really expensive insurance, and now you have that at multiple positions. I mean, just look at bringing in Jason Hayward. You bring in some of these veterans that can fill these roles if these young players don't quite work out. So I do like this move, and when you consider what it does to the Dodgers financially, I think too that is overblown as well, because he signed a 2-year, $10 million contract last season, so there was no money that exchanged hands in this deal. So the Dodgers will pay him $5 million, and that bumps the Dodgers' competitive balance tax payroll to over $237 million. So they are over that CBT, but I've got news for you. After the ruling came out on Trevor Bauer and the Dodgers were going to be on the hook for that $22.5 million, that staying under that CBT was largely a pipe dream. It was RIP to the CBT. Pour out some Old English, put some flowers on it, because that was that. And yes, you do have the option of trading away some contracts, but I'm telling you, they're not going to be trading away a Chris Taylor, a Blake Trinan, and attaching some top prospects just to cut salary. When you consider the fact that the Dodgers, they were the #1 team in revenue last season, made over $500 million. That would not sit well with some of these win-now veterans. You telling me Clayton Kershaw signed a 1-year deal so you could cut costs just to get under that CBT, so you could put yourself in a position to try to sign Shohei Ohtani? That's not what this Dodgers organization is going to do. Look, when they buy a house with multiple championship windows, not just one. That is the plan for this Dodgers team, to go and pursue a World Series title, and they just were never going to do that. So unless you had an $8 or $10 million cushion, maybe $5 million, something like that, you were never going to be able to stay under, because you got incentives, you've got inaccurate arbitration projections, and the Dodgers aren't just going to lowball all their players like that. And also, there's trades to be made during the season. If the Dodgers truly feel like they have a legitimate contender, which I'm telling you they do, they will fill those needs during the year, and that could mean absorbing some salary. So look, the Dodgers just were never going to stay under, and the reality is that this trade didn't even put them over. They were already over. So let's not worry about the Dodgers at the margins, because at this point in time, unless they want to cut salary significantly through trades, which you would have to attach some prospects most likely, it's not going to be a feasible option. But how about this? Yesterday, I'm interviewing Max Muncy. In mid-interview, he finds out that the Dodgers had traded for Miguel Rojas. So I got his instant reaction. Here was Max Muncy's thoughts on the Dodgers trading for Miggy Rojas.
I don't know if you've heard anything about that.
Who needs Jeff Passan when you have Max Muncy? Okay, you broke the screen up, but yeah, that is the news that the Dodgers have swung a trade for Miguel Rojas for Jacob Amaya. So that's a great move. You provide some depth at that position, a veteran, a leader. Any thoughts on the Dodgers trading for Miguel Rojas?
I mean, like I said, if that's true, that's exciting news, man. I heard a lot of good things about Miguel, and playing against him, I've always loved his game. He's a good competitor. It seems like he's always held a lot of respect from those guys over there in Miami, and I think that's someone that could fit in well with our clubhouse for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, make sure you remind Kershaw he owes him another steak dinner for saving that no-hitter back in 2014. So that's definitely going to be a great addition having Miggy on that Dodgers team. But so for me, for this trade, I'm going to give it a solid B when you consider the fact that the Dodgers made a 1-for-1 trade, and they gave up a player that did not profile to be a shortstop of the future. When you consider Jacob Amaya's lack of power, to me, he looks like more of a utility man if he can at least find a way to hit big league pitching with any consistency. And also Miguel Rojas, he provides that depth. If you need him as an emergency stopgap shortstop, if Gavin Lux can't get it done, he provides that option as well. And also kind of tells you a lot about that shortstop market. I mean, how available is a Willy Adames going to be during the season? There's just not premium shortstops that are growing on trees, and Miguel Rojas has proven he can play that premium position defensively at a top 5 to 10 level, and that's what the Dodgers are getting
pitching. Also, he dealt with some injuries, and I think offensively, he is going to have a better year. I think with the Dodgers, a better lineup, a better team, I think it's going to be a nice role for him. But let me know down below in the comment section. I want your thoughts and reaction of the Dodgers trading for Miguel Rojas, and I want your grades down below, A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know down below in the comment section. I'm dropping that Max Muncy interview tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. We got into all kinds of topics. You will not want to miss that, but check out for that on our YouTube channel. But let me know down below. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all the latest Dodgers news and rumors all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. And as always, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.